What's up guys, Luke here, and this is the second episode of Luke's Laptops. This time is a laptop you won't have seen before, so try and adjust the handycam. You may recognise the Apple logo. This is a Powerbook G3. As you can see, it's probably best to actually move the camcorder towards it rather than doing what I was doing there. So it's one of the bronze keyboard models. I spent a whopping $5.99 for this, and its charger came with it. It does need a little bit of love. It doesn't have a hard drive, and the optical drive faceplate is missing. Unfortunately, these are really hard to get hold of, so I'm probably just going to have to replace the drive with another one, and I think that's the hard drive cable in there, but I'm not sure. I believe this is one of the 400 MHz models, given what I looked up on the service tag. And I believe it's a CD-ROM drive, but I don't know because these old Apple systems don't have BIOSes. So we've got some kind of a card slot there. It's possibly a speaker grill, I'm not sure. I think this is the battery, but I'm really not sure. All I know is I can't actually seem to remove it at the moment. And then behind this neat little flip down cover, have two USB 1.1 ports. We have speaker and a microphone at a guess. Obviously we have an Ethernet port. I believe that's some kind of Apple's mini SCSI connector. That's PS2, I think. I think that's a PS2 port. Maybe something that Apple bring. There's your VGA out, and there's your standard modem. I don't honestly know what this in here is. It may be some kind of LEDs, I don't honestly know. It may be related to the card slot, in all honesty. So, I can power it up and show it to you as much as we can do without a hard drive, which is not much because there's no bars to speak of. As you can see, I'm not sure how well you'll see, but the keyboard is basically made up of translucent or transparent keys with I think they're sort of smoked to look like a bronze finish. The keyboard is complete. It looks in reasonable condition. There's not too much wear on the trackpad, although there definitely is a little bit. Don't know if the trackpad works, I'm yet to test it. Could do with a little bit of cleaning, but let's just power it on and show you as far as it gets. So there's your traditional Apple startup sound, which I'm sure anyone who has worked on or has been around a Apple computer will be familiar with. And unfortunately, of course, this is all the screen gets to. The lighting definitely seems rather uneven on this model. There's a noticeable dark bit at the bottom, even when you're sort of looking at the right angle. But this is sort of I'm confused, I don't know what I'm looking for bit. I'm not sure too much about the specs of this system, unfortunately. It's probably got somewhere in the region of 128 to 192 megabytes of RAM, unless it's been upgraded, which is always possible. I've got the original power supply for it, which I can show you as a very different sort of connector. It's almost like a headphone one. It feels a little iffy at the end, but not too bad. I can just yoink up the actual brick. You'll see there's a 45 watt adapter, and it's supposed to work in the States on 120 volts. No, it's not. It's just, yeah, it does work. So it'll work in the States and over here. You just need to change the prong at the end, of course. And it's a 24 volt adapter on a 1.875 amps, which is odd. It seems to be quite high voltage and quite a low current for a laptop charger, at least ones I've seen. Certainly for the time period. I mean, a lot of the other things I've looked at seem to be about 15 volts and sort of whatever current ratings to get them up to 45 watts. These laptops came out in about 1999 or possibly 2000. The only way I know the specs is from looking at the service tag, which was a bit of a chore in itself. the intention with this laptop is to put a hard drive in it, replace the DVD drive with, replace the optical drive with a cheap DVD drive of some kind, possibly a CD drive, and then sell it on. I'll make a video of it when it's all up and running, of course. We've got speaker 1 and speaker 2. There's no real hotkeys on this. Sort of, obviously you got your Apple keys like that one. It's a nice little system, and I look forward to having it up and running. The keyboard could do with a little bit of a clean, but it's not too bad. I've seen much worse, and my own keyboard is probably worse. You can see the sort of standard membrane connections. At least I know how to fix those now. This is the sort of thing I had to fix on my Advent laptop. Actually, it's quite good just how clearly those come out on this video. There's going to be there's a caps lock light on there as well, you can see. There's no num lock on this keyboard, but I don't really need one of those. Oh no, there is the num lock, and that I assume is its LED. I don't know what that is to signify, or that, but I guess we'll find out. Interesting how the function keys require you to press the FN key before you can actually use them. So these are actually, it's the other way around to what I'm used to. So it should be good fun to play around with. So, as usual, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. If you're new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe, and I hope to see you here very shortly, and hopefully in a month or so, just over a month, after my exam's done, we'll have a video of this running probably macOS 8.6. So, see you later fellas and girls.